family that makes $250,000 a year in California was turned down for a mortgage. 10 years ago this would have been hard to believe. Now it is happening often. Home prices are still very high. Mortgage rates are also making it tough for people to buy homes. Something strange is going on that is not immediately visible. The California housing market is changing. It is not a crash. It is a change that could affect who can buy a home, who gets left out, and who will have more money in the next 10 years. The California housing market is changing. The California housing market is going to look different. Almost nobody is talking about the real reason why the California housing market is changing. For years, California real estate felt like it couldn't be stopped. Prices went up fast. Homes sold in a few days. Many buyers wanted to buy, so they lined up. People skipped checking the homes. They offered a lot money than the asking price. Some even bought homes without seeing them. It seemed like all the rules didn't apply anymore. Then something weird happened. The rush slowed down. Not fast, not in a way, just enough for people to wonder. Why were homes not selling away? Why were sellers cutting prices in areas that used to be super popular? Why were some buyers changing their minds at the last minute? The reasons tell a bigger story than just about homes. It starts with a choice many homeowners made years ago. When mortgage rates went down to low levels in the early 2020s, people who own homes got some great deals that seem crazy now. Many people got mortgage rates below 3%. At the time it seemed like no deal. Now it feels like they won a lot of money. Think about that for a moment. A person with a $700,000 mortgage at 3% might be paying a lot money each month than someone who buys the same house today. This difference is huge. It changes everything, because now those people who own homes do not want to move. Why would they want to do that? Moving means giving up one of the money deals they will ever get, so they just stay in their homes. The number of homes for sale stays. The housing market gets stuck. That is not even the strangest part, because while people who own homes do not want to move, people who want to buy homes have a different problem. It is creating a lot of tension that gets worse every month. Mortgage rates and the housing market are really affecting people who own homes and people who want to buy homes in ways. For years, people who wanted to buy a house were afraid they would miss out on a deal. If they did not buy away, the price of the house might go up even more. This fear made a lot of people want to buy houses. It drove up the demand for houses. Now people are feeling something else. They are feeling doubt. People who want to buy a house are not in a hurry anymore. They are thinking carefully about it. They are waiting to see what happens. What happened next was a surprise to everyone. Houses that used to get 20 offers are now only getting 2 offers. Some houses are not getting any offers at all. People who are selling their houses and were expecting a lot of offers are now lowering the price of their houses. This is not happening everywhere. It is happening enough to change the way people are talking about the housing market. This is where things get interesting. California is not one big housing market. It is a lot of housing markets all happening at the same time. What is happening in San Francisco is different from what's happening in Sacramento. San Diego is different from Bakersfield. Los Angeles is different from Riverside. The news makes it sound like it is all one market. The truth is that it is a lot more complicated. Then something else happened that not many people were expecting. Insurance is becoming an issue. In some parts of California, the cost of insurance is going up fast. Some insurance companies are not even offering insurance in those areas anymore. For some people who own houses, the cost of insurance has even tripled. This is a cost that a lot of buyers were not thinking about. Now it is a big deal. It is changing where people want to live. Wait, because the biggest change has not happened yet. A big shift in the population is. It could change the housing market over the next 10 years. For a time, baby boomers have been buying houses and gaining a lot of wealth from them. Many of them bought their houses when the prices were much lower than they are now. Now they are getting older and retiring. Some of them are downsizing to houses. Some of them are moving to places. Some of them are even leaving California. As more and more of them make these changes, more houses might become available to buy. That is not the real story. The real story is what these changes tell us about what's going to happen in the future. California housing market is. Baby boomers are changing the California housing market. The California housing market is going to be different. The changes in the California housing market are going to affect a lot of people. The truth that most people do not see is that the California housing market in 2026 is not being controlled by the number of homes for sale. The California housing market in 2026 is not being controlled by interest rates. The California housing market in 2026 is not even being controlled by the prices of homes. The California housing market in 2026 is being controlled by what people think will happen. For a time, people thought that homes would always cost more money in the future. This thought made people do things. It made buyers buy homes quickly. It made people compete with each other to buy homes. It made people feel like they had to act. Now people are not so sure what will happen. When people are not sure what will happen, the housing market changes. Buyers are careful. Sellers are worried. Investors are picky. Decisions that used to be easy are now hard. That is why some parts of California are not doing well. That is why homes are not selling quickly. That is why the California real estate market may be very different in the future. The California housing market in 2026 is not having trouble because there are not homes for sale. The California housing market in 2026 is having trouble because people are not confident. Confidence is harder to understand than the number of homes for sale. So is California going to crash? Not really. Is another boom coming? Not really. The truth is more surprising. The housing market is changing. It's entering a phase. In this phase, how people feel is just as important as numbers and facts. Buyers have power than they have in years. Sellers can't assume they'll make money. The best chances often come when everyone else is unsure. Every chart, news story and expert prediction has a truth behind it. Housing markets are driven by people, their dreams, their worries, their confidence. Now California is seeing a major change in how people feel about the market. People who understand this change may make some of the best financial decisions of their lives. Those who don't may wonder what happened for years. The story is just starting.